as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Second and 1 at the 29.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now it's counter. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Check three.
Now Watson. It's caught by Moncrief. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be along into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Following the interception, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
61, matchbox lights. Regular. 51 to Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Go, Mike, 51.
Throwing on second and 14. Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. 16 yards, a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
So this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's good for us, Steelers. First down. 1st and 10.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
Throwing again is Watson. And this is Moncrief for the catch. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Watson looks to throw again. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Browns. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Hey, alert 33.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 2.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check, 53's Mike.
Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Check, 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 check. 53's the Mike. 53.
Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw again on second down. Watson, that's complete to his running back counter. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on second and 16. Watson, he finds his tight end Gentry. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Watson now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
53 is the Mike. You got 99. Hey, 31. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On first down, it's Samuels. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the Browns' 10-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
53, Mike 53. Watch the run. They're running it.
Watson. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part.
They'll run with Samuels. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to a
drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Stop short of the goal line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third and...
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you. I got you.
Here's Watson on the sneak. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Switch. Central West. Regular.
Now Gordon on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
There goes a deep ball. End zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, Edmonds picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Watson. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they'll get him down here at the 23. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man here is Gentry. Well, that'll get him the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To try again after the sack. Watson, he's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Focus, defense, focus.
To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. He'll get this one to Switzer. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Let's go. Big series.
Watson now to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What is the Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. Now Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got Moncrief. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now it's Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Let's go, let's 54. Here we got Mike, number 50. Off. 53. Get that quarterback. And all come. Let him go.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
20. It's a party now. Showing up. 49, check 49. Alert. Slam. Hurry.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be taken down.